Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, and hope you're having a great day. This is Blair Miller in the Atlanta News First newsroom, and hope you're having a wonderful day. And as we approach the midweek, it has been a busy afternoon here in Atlanta, a busy night here in our newsroom as we're tracking two breaking stories. And one of them unfolded here this afternoon in the heart of Midtown. Maybe you caught some of our coverage a little earlier. But an armed person at the center of a SWAT standoff is now in custody. That standoff is over. I want to show you some video from the scene that shows you what they were dealing with today as Atlanta police. All of this unfolding really started around 10 a.m. and escalated from there. You know, this all taking place at the Four Seasons Hotel in Midtown. That suspect in custody. An officer was injured during an incident, according to the Atlanta Police Department, but police said they responded to a, quote, demented person around 10 a.m. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens said the suspect was having a mental episode and was shooting inside his apartment. You can see the police response from earlier today. The Atlanta police chief said that during the initial call, police learned that the suspect, identified as J. Stephen Berger, may have had a handgun during some kind of altercation with an employee at the Four Seasons. And this escalated very quickly. And the police chief said they believe at least 3 weapons, a handgun, shotgun, and rifle, fired at least 15 shots by the suspect during the incident in his home. He also said a shot was fired off the suspect's balcony, and at least 1 weapon was thrown off the balcony, according to police. The mayor said the suspect was wearing a mask, and police initially didn't know what was going to be on the other side of the door. Now, we had a team of reporters out there earlier today talking with people who saw everything unfold. Here's what they had to say.
I'm retired Air Force, so it takes me back, but not in Midtown Atlanta. You don't expect it. And like my brothers, all these guys, I was walking up and they're like, he's up there, and we all looked and we saw him, so we were ducking back and forth.
I do want to commend the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department. As the mayor and I were in the command post watching body-worn camera and other feeds, and we saw bravery. We saw an effort to make sure we preserved life, both of Midtown residents and the individual that we need to get help for.
Again, this all unfolding this afternoon. It was resolved around 4:45 this afternoon. Police had blocked off many of the streets, and that investigation continues tonight. Some of those streets, portions of it around the Four Seasons, still closed off right now. We have a team of reporters still working on this story, finding out what unfolded today, what we're learning about that suspect, who is a 70-year-old individual, learning more about the suspect tonight, but also what people in that area went through today, what they can expect tonight and into tomorrow with that investigation still unfolding. Also breaking at this hour, more breaking news tonight from College Park, where there's a packed crowd at the Gateway Center Arena because the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, is there tonight. She is speaking there this evening, the latest political name to be here in Georgia, as we are now 1 week from Election Day. She's in town to urge young Georgians to vote in the general election. And Atlanta News First reporter Madeline Montgomery was there earlier tonight and takes us inside the arena now with more.
Even though the program said that people were supposed to start speaking now, folks are still filing in here to the Gateway Center, and that's because they didn't have to go through security, but we are seeing so many students coming in here to hear, of course, former First Lady Michelle Obama speak, but there's actually a lot of heavy hitters speaking tonight. Rita Wilson, Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, Kerry Washington, and a number more people encouraging people to get out and vote. I spoke with people who drove in from Savannah, from Augusta. A lot of people just really excited to cast their ballots and make Georgia a blue state yet again. Now, this was supposed to start at 7 and go until 9. It hasn't started yet. We will keep you updated on when exactly it does start and when we do start to hear from former First Lady Michelle Obama. For now, reporting in College Park, I'm Madeline Montgomery, Atlanta News First.
And we are streaming that right now as well on our other channel, and so you can check that out as well as that gets underway here tonight. So certainly, with all eyes on this election, is certainly only adding to what we can expect. This attention, still with 7 days to go, and a lot of people have already early voted and they're ready to move on. So still the candidates, it's prime time for these candidates. As we talk about what's happening, the busy news day in the weather department, it's felt pretty nice out there. I know that we've been tracking the slight warm up. Meteorologist Fred Campagna is tracking all that. I'm going to bring him in here to the picture as well and talk a little bit about what we can expect as we get through this week and round out October and head toward Halloween. It's good to see you, Fred.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
So I'll let you kind of transition here, but I think I think this is like perfect weather. It's a little cooler in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, but it's nice in the afternoons.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Let me
All
try
right.
it.
Let's just switch. Let's just do it. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Let me get this situated here, and start with. Let's see. Got to get organized. Hope you're having a great day. It is really nice out there again today. Beautiful weather. Temperature did not take long at all to bounce back. It made it up into the mid 70s this afternoon, and there's a live look outside right now as we check things out from the top end of the perimeter. Won't be long before there's a Christmas tree on top of the hospital, on top of Piedmont there. So, wow, hard to believe with the weather that we've had, but Halloween a couple days away, November right around the corner, and it's been warm, it's been dry as we know. We still haven't gotten a drop of rain at Hartsfield-Jackson, and we'll see if we can make it through the next 51 hours. Then this month, October, will go in the books as the only month on record in Atlanta with no rain recorded. And that's with records going all the way back to 1879, let's just say, 1878, 1879. Temperatures are in the 60s out there this evening, pretty fine and mild evening for us. Notice how skies are mainly clear. They are finding a few showers through parts of South Carolina and extreme southeast Georgia, as you can see. So it's been a dry month in Savannah as well. In fact, the entire state has basically been dry in most of the southeast throughout this month. After the hurricanes came through, no impact, of course, from the second hurricane, Milton, here in North Georgia, and it hasn't really rained since Helene was slowly spinning down to our north over 4 weeks ago, 4.5 weeks ago. So here's a look at the forecast for 8 o'clock Wednesday morning. Some clouds around. We're watching for green there on the map and not really finding any as we go through the day. So once again, it becomes partly cloudy on Wednesday. Temperatures similar to what we saw today, maybe a little bit warmer. As we head into Thursday, Halloween and trick-or-treating, I expect the weather to be nice for that. Look for the temperature to get up to around 80, if not in the low 80s on Thursday, and then still be very mild in the 70s on Thursday evening. Friday rolls around, and you can see some showers in northwest Georgia, but by that point, it's November 1st, so we may have established that this is, in fact, the first completely dry month on record at Hartsfield-Jackson, or in Atlanta, really, because it isn't just Hartsfield-Jackson. Prior to Hartsfield-Jackson being built, weather records were kept in Atlanta, different location, closer to Midtown. But nonetheless, we haven't had a calendar month without any rain. We have, however, had longer stretches of without rain, longer than a month. And the longest stretch is, I think, 39 days. Don't quote me on that, but it's certainly much more than the 31 days that we would have in October. So this is a long stretch. It'll be in the top 10 longest stretches of dry weather on record. But if it does end on Friday with a couple of stray showers possible, then it will not be the all-time record. Tomorrow, some clouds early, temperatures into the mid and upper 70s during the afternoon. High temperature we're forecasting is 78 degrees. You see that normal high still sitting at 70. So definitely above normal, 70 to 80, 81 across our region. You find those 80 and 81 degree readings south of Atlanta, south of I-20. On Halloween, upper 70s, low 80s across the board, except for the mountains, low to mid 70s, but still really nice. So the trick-or-treat forecast is a good one. Mid 70s for trick-or-treating late in the afternoon, if you're maybe taking the little ones out a little bit early, or just making the rounds, say, to see some family before the actual trick-or-treating starts. It'll be around 80 degrees, say, 5 o'clock or so in the afternoon. But once that sun sets, the temperature is going to settle back through the 70s. High temperature on Friday, still rather warm as we wait for that front to come through. So again, near 80 degrees in Atlanta on Friday. What about the weekend? Well, we'll keep it warm on Saturday and then turn a little bit cooler on Sunday. Still watching the tropics here. Still about a 40% chance that a system develops in the Western Caribbean. There are some computer models that want to bring it into the Gulf of Mexico eventually, sometime next week. But it's interesting because a lot of those computer models had it coming into the Gulf of Mexico within the next few days here, maybe when we look back about a week ago. So that certainly hasn't materialized. They're just kicking the can down the road, I guess, and we'll see if it eventually does develop. But that's the area that we watch at this time of the year anyway, Caribbean in general for tropical development. And it looks like conditions could become favorable for something to spin up over the next 7 days. Here's Atlanta's most accurate 7-day forecast. Oh, yeah, don't forget, daylight saving time comes to an end this weekend. We'll go back to standard time. And that means we gain an hour sleep, but we set those clocks back an hour before going to bed Saturday night and into Sunday. And temperatures will be in the mid-70s early to middle part of next week. And right now it looks like it's going to be quiet and relatively warm on Election Day, so no weather excuses to prevent you from going out to vote. Should be in good shape as far as that is concerned, with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. All right, have a great evening, and don't forget, check us out on Peachtree TV at 10 o'clock.